Hi, hello, and welcome to the Daily Tarot Buffet brought to you by Vertex of Abundance. My name is Serene Priestess Abossi. I'll be your oracle today, and I was sent to deliberate the findings for the transiting moon into the sign of Virgo. It's mostly between the 5th and the 8th of August, give or take a day, half a day or so, depending on where you are. And the moon is gonna be aspecting 7 different planets, but this is it's a 60-hour period, so it's not all at one time or anything like that. And it does happen often because the moon moves so quickly. The moon moves through all 12 zodiacs in less than 30 days. Okay, all 12 signs of the zodiac in less than 30 days. So when the moon is moving through the sign of Virgo during Leo season, it's a second half event. So yeah, it is our foundation. It can be our values, it could be our material assets, it could be the things that we've accumulated. It's basically the things that we value, including our actual values, like moral values, but the things that we value, the things of value, our resources. It's basically the places where we draw from. Think of it as like the second chakra. The word for that is I feel, or sometimes I have, but that could be second and third chakra. So entering in on the 5th, we're going to have the moon conjuncting Venus. So Venus and Virgo is a particularly quickly spaced. It could be kind of dry, kind of fickle, kind of frivolous in terms of how they see or expect things from other people. But the moon conjuncting Venus is going to be a feeling slash intuition thing. So we're really going to have deep insight for a day or so into our relationships in general. We may even attract some kind of connection that we need that is beneficial because Venus is also going to be conjuncting Mercury. So, Mercury is exalted in Virgo. That's the energy of the Temperance card. So there's something there about reaching perfection in some kind of way. It will be a little bit dry or a little bit distant. There's Virgo. Just so, putting that out there. So we're also going to have the next day a square with Mars. So there will be a little bit of friction or something coming kind of off left field in terms of our drives, desires, passions, our actions, our energy, our impetus, and our feelings. We might actually intuit or have some insight into a conflict that's rather minor, unless it's a competitor. Okay, but it could be major with a competitor, but we would have the understanding of it. Also, we're going to be squaring Jupiter with the moon the very next day on the 7th. So that's, again, the divine dropped something from left field, something that we didn't expect expands. Now, expansion is not always of a good thing. Normally, Jupiter is not that good in the earth signs, and that's when things can become problematic. A problem, a conflict, a challenge could gain extra steam. It's actually good. There's going to be an expansion around some aspects, energies to our spot where we're, or our role in the world. There's just going to be some changes that we have to make, and they might seem out of the blue. We might have to make a sacrifice or two. It will be beneficial. Now, the moon's also going to be opposed Saturn. That's actually great. It's one of those hidden things, the moon opposing Saturn. Now, things will come to a head karmically. Something that wasn't working that we were given to, we're going to know about it. We're going to know to stop giving to it, or it's just going to end. It might come out of a conflict, it might come out of a challenge, really another sacrifice to make. However, in this situation, it won't be hidden, it won't be accidental, it won't be unknown. And when this conflict or challenge does happen, we'll be happy to move on from it. Now, I'll be honest, it can be that an enemy comes fully out into the open. Somebody may try to take our spot in some kind of way. It's not going to work. They don't know that though. So the thing about Saturn opposed Moon is things do come out in the open. If we're the problem, we know that for sure. If somebody else is the problem, we know that for sure. Also, if we've been battling with an enemy for a long time, depending on their chart, our chart, if Virgo or Pisces or what's 3 signs from Virgo? Scorpio. Yeah, so Scorpio, Virgo, Pisces. What's 10 signs from Virgo or Gemini? Scorpio, Virgo, Pisces, or Gemini. If we're fighting or feuding or conflicting with those signs, yeah, there's going to be a separation. Parting of ways, a clearing of some kind. And then later on that day, the universe is going to come in to help. Super conscious, the awakening God, the God that's alive in us, is going to create some kind of opportunity by way of a gift. Really what it is the past is going to come out. Not really to haunt like usual, but to be faced. Something from the past may come out and try to reconcile itself as well. It will seem out of the blue, so it's something that wasn't expected, but it'll be beneficial and positive all the same. Also, during this cycle, we're going to have the moon opposing Neptune. I have in my natal chart. So something that seemed mysterious is going to appear known just for a day or two. Our psychic powers may be heightened, especially in respect to other people, not necessarily ourselves. And it can be our intuition, not just psychic powers or insight. Okay, we have the Page of Pentacles here. There might be some boundaries around gifts that we're about to receive. We're being prepared for something here with the Page of Pentacles. We're having a return to harmony, sanctuary, refuge. It can be that we're chosen in some way. It can be that we have the favor of the divine on us. Somebody is losing out as well. There's 2 5s here, so there's a stripping of some kind. Because something was quarantined. So there was a conflict in the past, and it's coming forward to shift and change. We were giving to somebody or something, opposing energy all the same, other, doesn't matter, doesn't care, person, place, or thing, enemy, energy, ideology, doesn't matter, doesn't care. We were given to something and co-signing even. And that was quarantine. There was a conflict in the past. We tried to go down that road. It didn't really drive well. There might be a reunion, not necessarily, no, it's a reconciliation. And it took a while for this person to come back, to show up, to whatever, to what have you. I just had this whole conversation in my head. So, how do I say this? We have a professional opinion or a qualified opinion, and somebody is more of an amateur or more of a armchair or whatever. It doesn't have to be psychologists. They're an amateur when it comes to their opinion. So it's just their opinion, and with us, it's our professional judgment. It's their personal opinion up against our professional judgment. And honestly, I feel like this was in the past. It's confirmed by the moon. That's usually the past. It's confirmed by the chariot. That's usually the past. So it took them a while to come back. There may be some apology. I'm sensing that I don't get it, but we do have Mars in a water sign, specifically Scorpio. So somebody might have some grief, some remorse. They might be mourning. They've been kind of stuck in a space, getting ready to come forward. Page of Pentacles, that's getting ready. Knight of Pentacles, that's a late arrival. It's for sure going to happen with the Chariot. And it's something from the past. Moon card, it was a separation, Five of Cups. It took a while because they were quarantined, Four of Swords, and now it's finally here, Five of Swords. That's bearing the hatchet. Now, here's the deal. Behind all of this, we've set up some boundaries and standards. We have some values. We might have evolved into the values, and this person kind of wanted us to stay the same, or that the other side, whatever, person, place, or thing, environment, surrounding, location, thought that we weren't going to change that quickly. And when we spoke whatever, to them it seemed like a crisis. To them it seemed like a shock. They are going to come in trying to work things out. I'm sorry, Five of Swords in reverse, bearing the hatchet, Two of Pentacles, working things out. It took them a while, and they're going to do it poorly. I mean, the Two of Pentacles and the Four of Wands, they don't really have a negative connotation. It just means the energy is delayed or the effect is lessened. Now, we're going to give them tolerance, unconditional love, and compassion. However, we have some boundaries on this as well. We have to give them sanctuary and refuge. We have to kind of forgive them all the same. But forgiving doesn't mean tolerating behavior. Unconditional love doesn't mean unconditional tolerance. Do you hear what I'm saying? Like, so we might say, hey, you are who you are. You did the best you could. You met me at the level that you could meet me at. However you felt about the situation is how you felt about yourself. If you could do better, you would do better. And I'm over here. If you can't meet me at my level, that's fine. I'm going to move on forward in my life. You can choose to catch up, or I don't have any hard feelings, whatever, what have you. If you're asking for forgiveness, you really need to forgive yourself. Something along those nature. Something along that nature, something along those lines. And that's true. We retain our power, our authority in the situation, period, point blank. So whatever they got going on, whatever they got to say, don't matter, don't care. Because there is an agenda, it's hidden, it hasn't come out to the open. We're on higher ground, we're chosen, we've made it. They might be trying to get us to come down off our ledge, off our high horse, off our mountaintop, whatever, what have you. It might not be a person. Again, I keep anthropomorphizing this energy. It's other. So let me play it to you a different way. We had some standards and boundaries. We grew into this. It grew slowly. Or this other person, other energy didn't want us to grow that fast. We did it all the same. And there will be an apology coming. We may also have to apologize, or we may also have to just accept what the person is saying. Forgiveness is what we have to do. This other energy comes in a little bit hot though. They come in, they swoop in trying to change things around, and there's hidden motives, ulterior motives, those hidden agenda, ulterior motives here. So there's just something that's not being touched. And it's saying here that we have standards and boundaries that are not going to be met, and that honestly, this person got stripped. They got removed. They removed themselves. They filtered themselves out. And we are needing the groundwork to be laid, the seeds to be planted. We need the bare minimum. And honestly, like, they might not see the truth, or they finally see the truth. That's what it is. I've seen two different variations of this. So they're finally getting the picture, or getting the program, or whatever, what have you. If I see the Hierophant, it's for sure. But we have the Two of Pentacles here, so it's probably kind of already out. There was something here about being around petty, basic energies. Somebody here may be a Virgo moon. In that case, with the Moon conjuncting Venus, it took them a long time. It wasn't, it took them a very long time to come back and make this apology, and it's not going to go anywhere, to be honest. They're guilty. There's shame, there's guilt, there's remorse, but there's no authentic apology. There is authentic forgiveness, though. This is a manipulation. I was detecting that. No wonder the Knight of Cups didn't come out, but the King of Cups did. So they do get forgiveness, but it's because we're on a higher ground and we're in a better space. I think this energy thinks that they can retain their position, have some kind of access, and it's designed to fool or to gas or to glamour us. It's not going to work. And that's also what I was detecting. This other side thought we were somewhat. See, up until recently, we were gullible, we were naive, we were whatever, what have you. It's something in the negative where we were kind of like an easy fool, easy mark. That's no longer the case. It might have not have ever been the case, but I honestly feel like it takes us a long time to get to a place where we put our foot down for good. Because we're loving, generous, caring, and kind. And just because we tolerate energies doesn't mean we condone it. And just because we forgive, la di da, yada yada, doesn't mean. And so this this energy, we were kind of carrying a burden. We were overwhelmed. We were burdened by the situation. And it does move. We graduate on from this energy. However, it's because we have insight into the self now. So the situation is as such, it don't matter, don't care what happened. We've matured, grown through, gone through the situation. So now it's just never going to happen like that again. And it's for the future. We've been given some kind of strength, foundation, insight, wisdom through experience that can't be taken away. And there's going to be little small audits of this energy. So it's not really a test. It's like a reflection that would look like a test, but this is going to come up several times over the rest of our lifetime. We've grown stronger. We're feeling strength, courage, and wisdom. We're feeling emotional fortitude, but we're also feeling burden, and we're wanting to graduate, culminate some kind of initiation into strength, courage, and wisdom. We found our courage. Something here was repressive, suppressive, oppressive, depressive, suppressive, and manipulative, to be honest. We even probably feel a little bit betrayed. Yeah, so again, like I said, this is a soulmate coming back. Five of Cups, Two of Cups, Nine of Cups is the soulmate coming back. Asking for forgiveness is what I'm getting. This is a consistent relationship, probably through multiple lifetimes with the Moon card, but also it's the Devil. So I do. They're reluctant to either. They're either reluctant to come back, but they have some kind of dependency. And honestly, it's a burden for us, a headache. Ten of Wands, it's a headache, it's pressure. It's a burden for us. Okay, so this person is very stubborn, obstinate. Apologizing is a big deal for them. I don't really deal with those folks too much, and you get dismissed easily that way. But they're selfish. They have this bullish attitude. They might even be a little bit arrogant. And previously they were angry. They might have feigned some kind of offense, or they might use prickly pointed, pressured speech, unpleasantness. They might have pushed their right around, especially emotionally. They needed to learn some kind of lesson. They did, and so they're coming back to the union. Okay, and they get forgiven and they're able to return, but here's the deal. There are several boundaries around the situation. They're placed there by the universe. So this person, if it is a person, I keep saying that it's a person. Oh yeah, it is a person, an opponent. They're hiding that they're regretting. They're hiding that. So me as an empath, if you come back to me and you're not really forthright with your feelings, if you're not, if you don't own what you did and you speak about how you feel and you speak about what you want in the future, it's not, an apology is not going to work. It just, we matured, bossed up, leveled up, and we are the golden goose. They didn't think that they needed us. They did mistake, misplace, misjudge, misperceive us. And they are not going to admit it, but they've been sitting in their feelings for like a while. But we have some kind of bond, some kind of tie, and they were doing their best to survive without us. But the thing about it is that they wanted us to feel cast away, poor without them, or something of that nature, bad without them. And that's really what we need to know. Um, so it's a no. There was some kind of pause, break, stagnation in the relationship. This connection got suppressed, repressed, oppressed in some way. But here's the deal: without them, this is where we were. Calm, cool, collected. It was peaceful because they were a burden. They were a headache. It's said that several times in both of these decks here. Yeah, they're preparing to come back. That's really what's going on. Because this is a challenge for them. There was something they had to endure. But the Nine of Swords means suffering. There was a protest, but hey, you can protest all you want. There's going to be a loss in that case. You can have all the oppositional energy that you want, but that just means you go without. And see, over here on our end, we just took a deeper vow. It's like we had a wish, a hope. We just decided to turn into our spiritual practice. This person don't matter, don't care. You can be in our life or you can't. It don't matter, don't care. So I'm having trouble not talking about a person, but second house, I'm not supposed to talk about a person. Supposed to is a strong word. It can be family, whether it be soul family or chosen, I mean, chosen family or family of origin. In that case, okay, especially with the chariot, it can be family. It would be a person. But there was some, we have increased values, standards, boundaries, and something or someone went against that. And we just had a small conversation and it blew up. We might have made a statement or exercised a boundary or tried to protect something that we valued, mainly our peace. And this energy switched on us. It says it here too. But out of love and honestly, we're very blind to something. There's something that we're not seeing. There's something here that's unknown. The energy feels like they're attached, like they're holding on to us in some kind of way. They might have tried to do it without us, and they're gonna they couldn't, or they couldn't replicate our energy or something of that nature. I don't know. But they were wanting to burden us or to leave us with a headache or something of that nature. Honestly, they got a little fight left in them because they have some strength left. And it's oppositional. We're inclined to say no, or we have to weigh up the facts, or we need to discern or deliberate or something of that nature. Two of Swords with the Eight of Swords, they're caught. This situation's been wrangled down, restrained, and they're trying to defend their position, but it's not the right position with the Five of Wands. That means that they're being petty, period. And with us, we got what we needed out of the situation. It doesn't mean it was positive or even pleasant, but what we needed out of the situation was clarity, and we got it. It brought things out into the light. So when they come to reunite with us, we're going to see just how petty the situation is. Five of Wands, when they come to reunite with us, Three of Cups, we're going to see just how petty the situation is. There's an ending here, whether it's an ego death transformation. Nope, it's the end of Okay, Death card and it's a breakdown of communication. Death card and the Magician. It's a breakdown of communication. Because we're going to go on towards our path, period, point blank, and they might not be able to join us. Our values are that we live according to the calling on our life, that we are golden goose, so we need to invest in fruits that pay off. We need to we need to plant seeds that reap. We need to reap what we sow. And if we're trying to water, it's very futile to water dead flowers, and it's very foolish to water fake flowers. And so we're going to make that determination here, whether it's a person, place, or thing. This other side is going to feel like they've lost. Queen of Swords, unless they have an Aquarius moon or a Scorpio rising, this other side's going to feel like they lost. Death card and the Queen of Swords, that's the divorcing. Something's over for them. And honestly, they sowed the seeds of their own demise here with the Seven of Pentacles, Prince of Swords. They really went gung-ho and it didn't work out well for them. There might have been some kind of striving. It's well hidden now, so that just means it was in the past. And unfortunately, with the moon here, it means in the past they were gung-ho. What they're needing is to see us suffer, cry. They're needing to win at all costs. It didn't work. If it was an energy and not an entity like a person, they would be needing to block. And they already made moves, and now they're trying to barter. It's like going through the stages of grief. The first thing they do is have disbelief, then they have anger, and then they're bargaining, and then they're depressed, and then they have acceptance. Well, they're there on the bargaining and depression. I can see both of those. So acceptance is when they try to come back and do something about it. They have this idea. It's kind of futile here. The Seven of Pentacles, Seven of Swords always means futile, foolish, fruitless endeavor. They're guilty of something. Eight of Swords and the Nine of Swords and the Fool card, it means that a line was crossed. Seven of Swords, Five of Swords, a line was crossed. There was an infraction. Instead of apologizing, Knight of Cups, they doubled down, tripled down. And now they come in with a little bit of anger, a little bit of temptation, trying to see if they can gain any kind of purchase. The answer is no, not really. You can be authentic, genuine, sincere. We'll forgive you, love and forgiveness, but it's nothing more than tolerance. You're not, what we're wanting is happiness, fulfillment. And when we look and weigh up what they're offering, all they're offering is disappointment. And honestly, to be honest, our happiness comes without them. And this is very clear in the cards. So they do make some kind of love offers, not always romantic, although we do have the Lovers card here. So this is an obsession, a stalker. They're not going to let this go easily. And it's bondage or karma or toxicity, and more of it's on the way. Three of Wands. We're trying to leave this behind. We're getting it from the table because all that continues to come in is toxicity, bondage, and karma. This is a karmic or catalytic situation where we need to heal apart. And honestly, they're going to try to, there's energy here about more starting, more coming on the way, like more of a union partnership. But there's just offers. That's a trick to lure us in, though, because the first one out was the Ace of Wands. So that's a temptation. And for us, it would be a new idea, but if it's being offered to us by somebody else, and we do have the energy here of another person, they have to come forward. What they're wanting is to separate us from our happiness, to separate us from whatever single thing we got going on. They want it to be a double. They want to be involved. They want to collaborate, cooperate, Three of Pentacles. They want to collaborate, cooperate, co-create. It's a no. Two of Swords, it's a no. Five of Swords, it's a no. Moon card, it's a no. We're fine alone. Nine of Cups, Six of Cups. We're fine alone. We're healed. We found sanctuary and refuge. Two threes here, Pentacles and Swords. What that means is there's a prickly expansion here. They might be working against us, or things might be working against them because of the energy. They have stank energy here. They are feeling bold, courageous. There may be Aquarius rising, Venus in Leo, Mars in Leo, Leo rising. This is another attack. It might not be intentional. I'm not seeing genuine authenticity from them, but I am seeing bold moves. And they might be flying from the seat of their pants. A genuine for them might be telling us what they really want, what they really feel, like shooting from the hip kind of energy. However, I don't think this is accidental. This energy knows what it's doing. It's not an accidental energy here, it's intentional. And there is a design or desire to overpower or repress in some kind of way. I'm detecting that they want to be right by any means necessary. So if this isn't a family member, this is something that was attached to us. They were not an assignment, a friend, or whatever label. They were an agent, whether it was unknowing, it was unknowing. That still is. They may have some kind of possession. With the Nine of Swords, they're trying to possess us. There's very strong projection from the other side. That they might not be 100% with reality. Suppression, oppression, repression, depression can often lead to projection, which is confusion, delusion. Illusion, really. So the desire now needs to be for things to fully come out into the open, or to flesh themselves out, or yeah, us on our end, we're wanting franchise and purchase. We're wanting things to start moving. We're wanting things to open up and more freedom to be here. And it's not actually what's happening. And that's the truth. We're actually done with the reading now. All three crowns have come out. Two of Pentacles, Five of Swords, and the Ace of Swords. So here's the deal. The truth is that we've secured a position where we can take action and we have options. And this other side is trying to maintain some type of ground that's already been slipping. They should have learned the lesson already if it's a they with the world card, but the situation's come to a close. It's a wrap. If I ever said misrepresented my self-image, then I'm sorry. Been drinking ice water, my voice box is not warmed up. I was also acquiescent, but I learned my lesson and I'm sorry. Yeah, so they're desperate or even jealous, but they're an enemy. They're an enemy because the power of the house is that we don't need them. And that's the thing. We know that we don't need them. And the Lord of the house, meaning the thing that's ruling over everything, is jealousy and envy and competition and greed. So we finally figured this out. Boom, 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 it's all out in the open. Don't make me go calm or repose. Give me one more sec, let me catch my breath and collect my composure. You want another chance? You fucked up, it's over. You did wrong, so wrong, so wrong, so wrong. It's a wrap for you, baby. It's a wrap. Yeah. Yeah, it's over. It's over. They're trying to come up to our level to get us to go down with them or to get us to be with them or to have continual access to them, to us. And it's a no. It's a no. The situation of the house is that we've been slowly cultivating their depression. And it's not intentional, but something inside somebody with access to us can quickly turn things around, and we're just not available for that anymore. We don't want to yoke ourselves, co-sign ourselves to this BS. And it's going to be the same old, same old, same old, same old. So we're going to allow them come back and do whatever, but we're going to hold on to our principles. And that's the thing they cannot overcome. And it's making them depressed because they need us to let them in and to give to them. But we're only going to give to this thing that is helpful, and they're not helpful. They're like a consolation prize. We would be settling. Yeah, so this is actually going to end up being put to bed, and they're going to be the ones that prove that. Because we're dealing with an adversary. This is somebody who wants to be bigger, brighter, and better. They want to repress, suppress, oppress, depress. They want to be affection, adoration, appreciation, attention. They want to be seen as bigger, brighter, and better. They need to feign some kind of whatever to get whatever out of us, and it's not going to be authentic. This is the stupid ass hoe, the ratchet ass hoe, or whatever, what have you. When they say hoe, it means they want to bring us down to their level. They're not going to raise to our level. They're not going to be genuine, authentic, sincere. They're going to be dramatic. Ooh, I'm hearing that song. It's a wrap, La Casa. Yeah, so they're not going to be honest about their feelings as well. They really love us, but they can't rise to our level. It's just consolation prize. We would be settling. So here's the deal. La Superbia is going to come out in the open that this is a malady. It's a dark hole. If you feed it, it will eat you. So if we feed it, it will eat us. It's a malady. Amalato. Yeah, because this person, after all is said and done, they're gonna prove to be an enemy with la nimica. And even if they're not, allowing this energy in is gonna be part of our demise. And there's something hidden here. We need to understand our position, understand our spot, or things are not gonna go well for us. Again, we have the love and the tolerance, but it's not the best love for us. La alegría, it's fake love, it's not real love. And it's just past memories. Thanks for the memories. Thanks for the memories. When I was young, more immature, whatever, what have you, I allowed you to make moves at me. But I finally discovered what I needed to discover to let go, let God. And that's what's up. That's what it is, how it is, what it's gonna be at the end of the day. They might believe otherwise, say otherwise, think otherwise, want otherwise, but you know what? We're unavailable. Yeah, because the situation is always going to slip out from underneath us. And if we let them in, that's the thing. If we let them in, again, we've come to learn after everything is said and done that they are an enemy and we can't let them in the house. We can't let them in our private space. We can't open our heart to them, even though we want to. So we can love on them, but we can't really tolerate them. Yeah, love is not tolerance. That's the name of this reading. It's been an honor and a pleasure to serve. Thank you for allowing me the privilege to do so. We deliver with the findings from Vita Stabila Italiana and Panther Oracle by Mr. Daishishta. And we impose the guidance from Thought Tarot by Alistair Crowley, illustrated by Lady Frida Harris. Take good care until we read again, until we meet again. Namaste, Dandava, and Ashe. Avasai Nada Avidazana. Bye.